All right, let me tell you what's going on here. First, this is my second time recording the video because my foot hit something below and it stopped everything. Second, I'm going to try and recreate it because it was fucking fantastic. All right, so first of all, I unboxed this a week ago, and I just got off a plane from Salt Lake City where the flight attendant was amazing. He said, "Mr. X, I know that this is only an hour and a half flight, but I'm going to get 6 drinks in you in that time," and he did. So fantastic job, too. I'm going to call him Kilroy. He looked like a Kilroy. So I was sitting here in my basement. I got home. I did some work. And I was remembering I had a number of videos in the past. So like this one right here. This is, I assembled this statue. I was a little drunk. And then this one right here, I was a little drunk. And I remember there was all these comments in both of those videos, plus a few more. Mr. X, you should do this more often. You should do statue reviews when you're drunk. So for those people that requested that, this is for you. Hey, my name is Mr. X. Welcome to the Extreme Channel. We are giving away $1,000 statues to you guys. If you want to know how to win one, stay tuned for later in the video. All right, so today we are looking at this custom kit of ICEMAN. So let me explain all that. Custom means it's a private unlicensed commission. Kit means this is an unpainted statue. So ICEMAN is just a cast of resin. I'm going to talk about all that, and then you see the base is unpainted. So it's another one to put on Mrs. X's list. So in the next month, you're going to see her. She finally painted this Silver Surfer right here. If you're a follower of the channel, you know there's a few in the past. But there's some other ones on the docket. This Pyro right here is also on the docket. And then this custom Wolverine is on the docket. And then, of course, this base. Now, in full transparency, I'm probably not going to keep this statue. And if you're wondering why, this is why. I've owned so many custom... Okay, 4. Not so many, but I've owned 4 custom ICEMAN statues. Let's look at the other 3. This one right here was my least favorite, but it was still pretty awesome in my opinion. Had some yellowing, and I got rid of it. Second favorite by the Upset Chimpanzee. Some of you will get that joke right here. Had multiple switch outs, really cool. And then my favorite that I still own, there's some controversy behind it, is actually by the same group that created this museum style. Because that's the difference between this one and those. You can kind of see that other one right there, the little shards coming out. Those are dynamic, and this is museum. It's kind of a classification between statues. Museum is, you know, what we're gonna. Oh shit! Is there a no? Good. It was black foam. I need another drink. So I'm gonna review this guy, and then we're gonna sell him. Probably sooner than later, because he just doesn't go with the collection. And for the X-Men collection behind me, other than Wolverine, Logan, Bub, oh, wrong hand, right there, I've tried to get rid of all the duplicates, and I already have that one, and there's no way I could sell him. Plus, I do like him better, although his arms are yellowing. That's one thing that happens with these translucent statues. They kind of yellow. All right, let's talk about this guy, starting with concept. The base, in my opinion, is a Danger Room base. Has an X on the front, which isn't a nameplate, so it's okay. Hang on. Excuse me. Back to the base. So the base here, in my opinion, is the Danger Room. If you're unfamiliar with X-Men and you're just watching this to watch a drunk guy, that's awesome. But the Danger Room is a holographic image area that they use to practice. So that's, in my opinion, that's how I'm going to have Mrs. X paint it. If she paints it, I might sell it unpainted, because there's so many others she has to paint. What the fuck does she do all day? You know, I know she, like, takes care of me and stuff, but I'm out of town most of the time, so I don't know what she does all day. If you're watching this, I love you more than life itself. Don't leave me, because you take my money. All right, let's talk about it. All right, so let's rewind. This is even better than the original review, where I accidentally kicked the thing on the bottom and it shut everything off. It shut off the camera, it shut off the computer. I need another drink. What are you drinking, Mr. X? All right, so this is Monster. Monster makes alcoholic drinks. They started like 6 months ago, and I've been all over them since. They don't have the caffeine that Monsters do, because I drink Monsters all the time, but I like to, in my head, I like to think they do. On the plane, what'd you drink, Mr. X? Don't judge me. So if it's a long flight, I drink Coke Zero and Buffalo Trace, which that's not a judgment. Short flight, I get a White Claw, and I usually drink 2 to 3 Tito's that I mix in with the White Claw. Just so you know. All right, real concept right now. It looks like a Danger Room base, has the nameplate on it. Obviously depends on how you paint it, but in my opinion, it's the Danger Room base. Iceman's on top, and he's doing a few cool things. Number one, he has shards coming out of his hands. Maybe he's just shooting those. Here it looks like he might be using them as crutches or to dance. He's a little bit of a ballerina. But if you look closely, and you'll see this during the video that we do, he's actually using it to raise him up, which I think is pretty cool. It gives a little bit of movement and flow to a museum, a static statue. I like that a lot. I love what they did with the musculature. We'll talk more about that during sculpt. This is all one piece. Iceman himself is, so there's no seam lines or anything of that. Hang on, one of my regional managers is messaging me. I will say that the correct use of your time is half of this job. You said it in the past, and you are 100% right. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? I will say that the correct use of your time is half of this job. I don't understand. All right. Yeah, so he's musculature and all that. Here, let's cut back to his musculature. So he's rising up. There's no switch outs or anything. He has the underwear to show his junk and the X belt. I don't know why you need a belt with underwear, but that's kind of a cool fashion statement I should try. He looks just like I do with my shirt off. That's not true at all. Okay, what'd he say? Really? I don't understand what you're saying. Let me ask you guys this if you understand this. And none of them know I have a YouTube channel. I will say that the correct use of your time is half of this job. Oh, using your time effectively. Yep. I'm an effective mofo. Are you? He's even in a later time zone than me, so he's probably drinking too. All right, so let's get back to him. Yeah, he said LOL. All right, so we're going up and down, and we're looking at him, and he looks stoic, and he looks great, and he looks awesome. So let me explain this a little bit about the concept. So when you have X-Men pieces, you either have dynamic, like I do behind you, or you have museum style. This is museum style. A lot of people have an entire line of museum style, and this would look fantastic with that. He's earning his PhD. Oh, I could make such an inappropriate HR, pretty huge dick. I'm just going to say noise. Noise. He has no clue he's on camera right now. Post-editing comments. So I post exclusive content on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can check that out in the link below. But somebody posted this picture right here. I believe this is what it's based off of. So in response to a comment, they posted this when I actually posted a picture of Iceman. So this is probably part of the concept. But a lot of people collect a museum line, both ones that Sideshow or other custom companies do. So I think it'd fit in really well there. So for a static museum statue and the way it shows Iceman's powers, I think it's a 4 out of 5 on the scale. I'm actually decently impressed. He's going to keep texting me because if I was your boss, wouldn't you love that? I'm actually all right, I got to tell you something. I am the most direct person in my entire company, and not only does everybody know that as a fact, but even like all the personality tests we've taken, because I just tell you, I was like, you're fucking it up, fix it. But today we released our annual employee anonymous results on what you think. Yeah, he's drunk too. He said tomato. Oh, he said I said the word effective wrong. Bitch, I can't type that in. All right, grammar. I'll just type in grammar. Today they had my management team. So when I say my management team, it's not the people that I report to. I report to the CEO. It's the people that report to me. We were number 1 out of 18 departments. Number 1 in job satisfaction. Boom! Although I'm a dick, I don't know how that happened. All right. Let's talk about design of this piece. So fairly easy to assemble, and I assembled it a week ago, but here's the video of that. Pretty small box, as you can imagine, right here. And then, you know, the sticker on the bottom, you have to stick it on after you paint it. But it was 2 layers. First layer had Iceman, a few pads for the bottom and the shards, and the bottom layer was just the base. Let me get the dimensions for him while we find out if this regional manager is drinking. He can. I mean, it's past hours. So it's about 13 to 14 inches in diameter. This is allegedly a quarter scale, but he's about 25 inches tall, which means he's too tall for a quarter scale. Now this group made the Iceman, they made the Cyclops, they made the Rogue, they made the Magneto. They're notorious for overscaling. They really, instead of 1/4 scale, they do about 20-30% bigger than that. So somewhere between 1/4 and 1/3. Oh, he says, I wish. He sent me a picture. Oh, he's driving. I'm not going to respond to him while he's driving. So true story. When I first started with this company, this guy was driving me somewhere, and we're driving along. And I love this guy, don't get me wrong. And the whole time he's looking at me, he's like, hey, Mr. X. And obviously he doesn't call me that. And I'm like, would you look at the fucking road, please? And I actually took over his car and started driving because I couldn't stand it. All right. So there's the size. It's only 4 pieces. One thing I really like about this design is most of the Iceman I've had, they use magnets to hold everything together. Here they didn't have to do that. They were able to use static. So because of that, you don't see the magnets in the translucent resin. So overall, I think the design's actually a 4 out of 5. I think they did a really, really nice job on that. And I know you're thinking, Mr. X, you keep giving this great scores. That's because you're going to try and sell it. Fuck that. I don't care about money. Look at all this shit I piss my money away on. I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I don't try to be a fanboy, although sometimes I am. But I'm not. All right. Normally we'd grade paint and sculpt next. Clearly it's just sculpt because this is unpainted, even though you do have the translucent resin with a blue hinge. I don't know. Here's some video. All right, so as we look at the sculpt, I think it appears a lot better in person, and we'll get to that on the anatomy of Iceman. But starting with the base, it's hard to visualize statues, what they're going to look like when they're done. And if you've seen some of my previous videos of kits, the before and afters, you definitely understand and recognize that. But a lot of nodules, vents, things of that nature actually sculpted into the base here. Almost like a diamond plated steel top there. Very clean. I like it a lot. And some of what I think is intended with the sculpt that you have to paint to get to look like that probably is not the way it's going to end up. However, looking at Iceman, I think he's fantastic. They did a great job with the anatomy. You can clearly see the defined muscles, even though it's a semi-translucent resin. And the way that blue color pops off just looks great. It almost is a little bit green in person. I love the way the shards are coming out. Very Christopher Reeve Superman-like. The crystals. But absolutely great job with the anatomy in my opinion. I mean, this is really sharp. You can see, even see the outline of his underwear. Outside underwear, the X symbol right there. And then looking at the portrait, I think they did a fantastic job with this portrait. I do like some options usually, but I wouldn't want a seam line in here. That's the advantage of the statue. It's all one piece, or at least Iceman is, Bobby Drake is. But such a cool portrait. Even look at the definition there. Even with it being transparent or translucent. So very sharp sculpt on this. I like it a lot. All right, I give the sculpt a 4 out of 5. I don't think they over-muscularized it. It looks great for an Iceman. Makes me want to keep him. If he was shorter, I might consider it, but I can't have duplicate characters other than Wolverine behind me. Let's talk about value. I don't remember how many they made of these. I know it was a small amount. I want to say between 20 and 30. Here's the original sticker that, you know, after you paint it, you got to paste to the bottom or glue to the bottom. He was an expensive motherfucker. He was $1,500. That was too much for this. That's way overpriced. And unfortunately, there's a lot of great Iceman statues out there. However, there's not a lot of great museum Iceman statues. So I think for the right buyer, I could probably get my money back. Although, that'll be tough. So I think the value is a 2 out of 5, unfortunately. It's unpainted, despite a low edition size, $1,500. It's hard to judge value nowadays when the economy's in the shitter. So I don't know what to tell you, but it's a 2 out of 5. That's what I give it. 2 out of 5 for this. Does he have the X factor? Is he a 5 out of 5? Of course he's fucking not. I think he's a solid statue. He's a 3 out of 5. You get what you pay for. This is cool. This is different. I think I'm going to lose a shitload when I sell him, but I'm prepared for that. It's only money. I mean, shit. People piss away money on cigarettes and alcohol and other things that are dumb. McDonald's. I had KFC this week for the first time in a long time. It was not good. So anyway, yeah, 3 out of 5. Statue's a lot better than KFC was. What do you think? What do you think? I'm supposed to go to a Nuggets game tonight. I don't know if I want to go. I might let other members of the family go. It's against the Celtics, which is a big game, just so you know. So we've only played the Celtics, are number 1 team in the league. We're power ranked number 2 at this time. Ranked like number 5, but power ranked is what's important. We beat them at home. We're one of the few losses they gave at home, but they're here. They're here, so I gotta. I don't think I want to go though, just because I'm tired. I want some fucking Mexican. Not like a Mexican person, although some Mexican chicks are hot. I want some Mexican food. That's what I think I got to do after this. What's your favorite cuisine? Throw that down in the comments below, because that comment could win you a statue. As we try to grow this channel, we like to reward you guys for watching and subscribing. So because of that, every 5,000 milestone when it comes to subscribers, we give away a couple $1,000s worth of statues. We've actually given away over 20 statues. To win one was easy. First, you gotta be subscribed to the channel. You'll get bell notifications when videos drop. Each video that drops, you wanna make a comment on those videos. We pick a random video, we give away statues based on a comment. You can say whatever you want. The more videos you comment on, the higher your chances are to win. Hey everybody, let me know with a like if you like drunken reviews. If you like that, let me know with a like. And I'll see you on the flip side, bitch.